Welcome to Aran Island Cassettes, here on Fresh FM. Our guest is about to be cast away to the Aran Islands. As they hurry to pack a suitcase, they may choose 5 pieces of music. 5 pieces that in some way soundtrack their lives. Music that may shed light on who they are, where they've been and what they've come through. Let's hear their story and their music.
All aboard!
All ahead, Bull!
All ahead!
Come on, lads, step lively!
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Today I have the privilege of welcoming John and David.
That's some intro.
You know how many hours that took?
Oh, man.
Aran Island Cassettes, episode 2.
Wow.
Here we are.
I thought the intro said it was the first one.
Yeah, I couldn't be asked to come back changing it.
Okay.
I don't have the mixed. I've only got the finished one, so I can't take the word out without.
You're confused.
Sure. We'll go back and do that.
Okay.
I knew you'd pick up on that. Patrick is annoying me about that too, so we can't use that one. We're fucking using it. Dave, as I know him.
And John.
And John is Dad.
As you know him. As John.
And you're in New Zealand and you're welcome into Studio 1 for
Thank you
this
very
episode.
much indeed.
You've been on holidays?
We've been
touring around?
Yeah.
Good. You've been thinking about these 5 songs?
No.
So you're on holidays,
Since I asked you this morning. Yeah.
What?
Since I asked this morning.
Well, since you asked me this morning.
Good. That's all you need. A few minutes. You're a music man. You play guitar, didn't you? Once upon a time?
Kinda years ago.
Yeah.
Back in the days when guitars were only had 3 strings.
Oh, okay. Very good. Well, either way. And Dave, of course, would be known to listeners from his omnipresence in Founders and his previous work in radio and all the other bits and pieces he's involved in. So I thought it'd be 2 good guests. Two solid musos with a good experience.
No pressure.
No
pressure.
I mean, you pick any, you know the gist of it. You heard it all there in that beautiful intro.
So it's 5 songs.
absolutely.
5 songs, yeah. 5
And a
songs
toy.
each. 5 songs each, a toy and a book.
A toy and a book.
Yeah.
But don't worry about them. We get to them at the end. The music, it's centred around the music.
The toy will be a hard one.
Yeah.
Do we have 5 each or do we just have like 5?
5 each.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
10 songs. It's a long show.
That's a lot.
Yeah. It'll fill the 2 hours.
Well, no
Get me out of the
pen.
spot. So no, a completely original idea.
Yeah.
Never
I've
been used
heard
before.
this before. No.
We're lucky to have the islands off the west coast we could use.
We are.
Yeah, very lucky. Have you ever been out there? Have you been to the Aran Islands?
Inishmore.
Oh yeah, good.
And a friend of mine actually, he was a detective in Ireland and he actually came from Inishmore.
Oh, no way.
And he's teaching police out in Croatia at the moment.
Go away.
He retired and that's where he is now.
Oh, cool. Very good.
Is there cops on Inishmore?
Well, there wasn't when he's only grown up, but he's in Croatia now teaching them.
No, I know he is, but like, is there police normally on?
The cop, the few times I was there, the cop would be always out when the boat had arrived, just having a lamp. How he
just
buys?
Making his presence known.
Yeah.
Would you like to buy some of this stuff?
Hey,
I just
look,
happen
there's
to
a
have.
fella dressed up as a cop. No, great spot. Were you ever out there?
Yeah.
Loved it.
I think Kilnascully was based on the policeman that was on Inishmore.
Okay.
That's
right. Yeah.
I have a bit of illegal stuff here under the counter, lads, if you're interested.
Yeah.
Speaking of killing a Scully, Pat Short is playing in Auckland.
Yeah.
No way.
In March or
Is he?
April. Yeah.
With his daughter.
Ah, yes. I heard the 2 of them were doing some gigs in Ireland.
He done a few gigs on RTE.
Because he's done it. He did a show recently as well. Is it some music show?
He done it. Yeah, it was with music from the movies.
Okay.
It was okay.
Yeah. He's a gas ticket, like. I went back watching some
I think, if you go back to the original Unbelievables when they appeared in all over Ireland, I mean, the other guy was, in my opinion, was a much funnier guy. He died there this year.
Yeah.
He was more. I thought he was more realistic. And
John Kenny.
John Kenny.
Yeah.
And he never appeared as if he was acting.
I know. Yeah.
He put
was
on
gifted,
the accents,
like.
and he was just it was like an Irish Tommy Cooper. That sort of relaxed.
He did everything. He was a clown. He was an actor. He was a musician.
He was everything.
Yeah. They were good. Like when you go back and look at their old stuff, I think the whole country went back looking at their old stuff.
They were extremely
for those
funny.
weeks, weren't they?
Oh, absolutely.
They were so good. Like
we went to a show in the Olympia many years ago when they were popular, and in the break in the Olympia, all of the people would go into the bar and they came in. Now the whole show was about a wedding, them going to, and they treated everybody in the bar as if they were part of the crowd going to the wedding, insulting the people. You know, some of the clothing they were wearing, and it was that was even funnier than the show that they put on. It was really well done.
I don't know. I always like their stuff, but you'd forget to go back and watch it. But then, of course, with the passing John Kenny, you go back and you go.
Yeah, you will do.
They were.
Yeah, that's true.
They were hard grafting, flat to the mat, full tilt, like.
They were good.
I did just introduce the kids to one of them and one of them, and two of them,
and two of them.
They shot that, like, you know, so probably good. On a budget, like, you know.
It was so good.
So good. It was so well done, like.
That when we were talking about that the other day, there was a sweet shop in Finglas Village, years ago, and that's what the guy sold. It was just all sweets for the kids, and the name of the shop was Gizda. Like all the kids would, for those New Zealand people that don't know what that is, when kids would go, can I have that? They would say, Gizda, please, mister. Gizda over there.
Gizda, gives them one of them.
And that actually existed, that shop, Gizda, G-I-Z-D-A.
Deadly.
It's class.
Well, let's crack into the music. Who wants to go first?
Well, I think in honour of your trip this year, because we have a theme this year.
Okay.
And everyone's singing it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely.
And I think
this has been the soundtrack to the holidays.
Pretty much, yeah.
How did it come about? Before I even hear the song.
Me.
Yeah, you brought it to us.
I brought it to them.
Right.
I was actually coming down the mountain with the 2 tablets.
Right.
I brought the song to you guys. It's a Susie Quattro song called "Stumbling In."
Right.
And even though it was a long time ago.
Oh yeah, it's our biggest streaming song.
Probably because we've been playing it the last few weeks.
How many of these 200 million can you account for, John? Right, well we'll have a chat about it, why you picked it after. We'll get it on, will we?
Yeah.
Let's do that. Okay. You're listening to Kieran on ToTM. This is Iron Island Cassettes. I have Dave Finlay and John, his dad, in the studio. And we're going to listen to 10 of their tracks over the next 2 hours. And I hope you enjoy it. This is the first one, Stumbling In by Susie Quattro.
Our love is a lie, and so we begin, foolishly laying our hearts on the table, stumbling in. Our love is a flame, burning within. Now and then firelight will catch us, stumbling in. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you know these reckless thoughts of mine are following you. I'm falling for you, whatever you do, 'cause baby you've shown me so many things that I never knew. Whatever it takes, baby, I'll do it for you. Our love is alive, and so we begin, foolishly laying our hearts on the table, stumbling in. Our love is a flame, burning within. Now and then firelight will catch us, stumbling in. You were so young, oh, and I was so free. I may have been young, but baby, that's not what I wanted to be. Well, you were the one. Oh, why was it me? 'Cause baby, you showed me so many things that I'd never see. Whatever you need, baby, you got it for me. Our love is alive, and so we begin, foolishly laying our hearts on the table, stumbling in. Our love is a flame burning within. Now and then firelight will catch us stumbling in. Stumbling in. Stumbling in. Foolishly laying our hearts on the table. Stumbling in. Ah, stumbling in. Stumbling in. Now and then firelight will catch us stumbling in. Oh, stumbling in. I'm stumbling in. Foolishly laying our hearts on the table. Stumbling in. Oh, stumbling in. Ah, stumbling in. I'm stumbling in. We were stumbling in. Now and then.
Pick number 8, Stumbling In, by Chris Norman and Susie Quattro. That was John's first pick on Iron Island Cassettes. So, John, that's the song you've been singing.
That's the
For the
song we
last,
brought
what,
to
2
New
or 3
Zealand
weeks?
to- and
Where do
everybody,
you, how did you come to bring that one? What was the...
I was looking at, there was a documentary on the Dodgy Box, and
No one knows what that
it
is.
was
here.
called Susie, and I just started watching it. But the life of Susie Quattro, and it was just a fascinating documentary about the girl and what she had achieved in her life, and the way her family started to hate her when she became famous. They were originally a 5-piece, just singers, and she broke off on her own and then went off with Susie Quattro and so forth. And then you had the likes of Joan Jett, who followed her,
Right.
and brought a heavier. I mean, she copied her an awful lot, but but then Susie went into theatre and so forth, and that was life, and it just got interesting. Then that was one song that was played in it continuously.
Okay.
And
It's
then
a bit of an earworm.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
then it was the Chris Norman thing, because Chris Norman was the original lead singer with Smokey.
Okay.
And Smokey, at the end of their their height, start doing an awful lot of shows in Ireland.
On the downward trajectory.
On the downward trajectory, pub entertainment, and then they had a huge hit with Living Next Door to Alice.
Yes, yeah.
And then there was the common, who the hell is Alice?
The hell?
There isn't a person in the country that hasn't sang that song. Like.
No.
It's mad, isn't it? Songs like that get into the psyche, like almost like.
Oh yeah, and that's
weddings,
that was
funerals.
And even when you put it on, it's a nice sort of song.
It's
It's a relaxing sort of song. It's
it's a bit of an earworm, as you said.
And when you get a 11-year-old and a 14-year-old singing it, hey, I've achieved something here.
It works.
I'm cool again.
Yeah. Deadly. Good choice, John. Good choice. I like it. Yeah, I haven't heard that. It's just kind of, when you listen to a song like that, you go, I think I've heard it, but I can't be 100% sure.
Yeah.
It's got that kind of nice, easy sound to it, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yacht
I
rock.
78. Back to 78 for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a long
Very
time ago. Yeah,
very good.
I was 3 at the time.
Nice.
You're in your third band. So you played a bit of music, am I right?
No, just around nothing. Just around the house. Just
You would just play for your own...
my own entertainment.
Yeah. But had you a couple of
my
nice
own
guitars?
entertainment and Trish's the Nines.
But did you tell me you have a nice guitar?
You have a couple of nice
guitars.
Well, like the Gibson.
Yeah.
Nice Gibson they bought me at one stage for a present.
That's the one you were telling me about, wasn't it? Yeah.
And then there's the other one that I can't remember what the other one is. It's a lovely acoustic guitar. Don't put upstairs.
Would you pull them out now and again and still have an old?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just sitting there, you drive people mad.
Play something that you're listening to, or would you be?
Oh no, I'd hear something and then I just start playing that, like stumbling in.
Yeah.
And then you just play for your own entertainment,
Cool. Is
like-
that where you would have seen? You would have been introduced to guitars at home first. So
He had a Framus.
Oh, Framus, yeah, and
Framus at home. And the action was like a bow and arrow.
the strings were that height off the fretboard. I'm just describing
this
the
so hard?
Kieran, it's about 2 inches away from the fretboard, the strings.
Work harder, Dave.
And honestly, first when we sent him, have to tell you this story.
I'm always panicking when I'm looking at all the gizmos here to make sure I'm recording. But no, we're good. Go on, sorry. It always happens. Honestly, we've done it.
He's professional.
And then when we sent him first to get guitar lessons,
yeah.
I don't want to go anymore because my fingers are hurting me.
Was that because of that guitar, or was this?
That was when I was 21.
Yeah.
You don't even live here anymore, Dave. Get out.
And he stopped playing it. Wouldn't play the guitar at all.
Right.
And then something inspired him later on. and he decided to go himself. And
Okay.
then he
So the
started-
lessons didn't work out.
They did eventually when he decided
Okay.
he wanted to
No,
go.
that's
When he
the-
was
that's
being kind
generally
of
the way,
sent,
isn't it?
they didn't work out. And then, he went from there and he went on to a more respectable teacher than
You can lead a horse to water.
you can lead a horse to water, yeah.
More respectable, Mr. Brophy.
No, you went to Mr. Brophy and then you went into the Walton School of Music.
No, I went to Bill Bailey after that. Oh,
What-
Bill
what
Bailey. Bill.
No, it wasn't Bill.
Bill Cullen.
Bill, what was his name? Oh, I can't remember. He's a jazz
I can't
guitar
remember his
player.
name, yeah.
Yeah, he was
He
good.
had a big, well, he had a trio in Ireland, that guy.
But you would have been introduced at home messing around. And
Oh,
then
yeah,
thought, I like
the
this.
initial,
I'm gonna-
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm not playing that. I hate that song.
And where would you have got the urge to go and buy a guitar? And
I don't know.
was that at home or was that just
No,
you had that interest? Any formal training or just kind of got into it yourself?
No, just we used to go to a guy. We lived on the South Circular Road in Dublin, and there was a music teacher who used to teach violin about half an hour's walk from where we were, and somebody said one day, "Oh, Mr. Fox, this guy's name is Mr. Fox. He teaches guitar as well." And actually, we went up there to just pick up, and he just teach a few chords and so
Yeah.
forth. And you paid him a few.
And what age
at
were
the
you?
time.
This was when you were young.
Oh, I don't know, be 14, 15,
Ah, yeah,
16. I
okay.
don't roughly around
Yeah.
that. It was at the time.
Would he have had the guitar? People have had instruments
No,
back
he
then?
had guitar. He
Right.
had a guitar, and then we bought a cheapy old guitar,
Yeah.
somewhere. And I think my mother actually went out and paid for it by the week. So there you
Okay.
go.
Like the Rory Gallagher story.
I'll make my son famous.
Yeah.
But no, that's literally where it went from there. And but it was at the time that I can't remember the name, but the Irish soldiers were killed in the Congo. Do you remember that? Now you won't remember it, but you
I
remember.
vaguely remember
hearing
seeing
of it.
something on Reeling in the Ears once upon a time,
one,
maybe.
one particular guy, the only guy that survived that ambush in the Congo, crawled through the Congo, apparently with something like 12 or 13 arrows in him. And they brought all the bodies of the soldiers back to Ireland at the time, and they were buried in Glasnevin Cemetery, and there was a huge procession and so forth for them. But he made it back, and he was mentally affected by having crawled through the jungle for a number of days. And he used to go to Mr. Fox to learn the banjo. And it was just an interesting, and it's a thing that you remember.
Yeah.
Because he'd always tell you stories. Oh, them effing effers would come out of the jungle and they'd fire the arrows. You wouldn't know where they were coming from. But that guy survived.
What were the Irish doing in the Congo?
Peacekeeping,
They
probably.
were peacekeeping. There were 12. I think he was 8 or 10 days crawling through the jungle with arrows in his back,
Right.
and he made it out of it. A very interesting story.
Yeah.
But the poor chap was slightly
I'd see.
Understandable.
understandable. Absolutely, yeah.
Do you want to keep going with your 5 and go to yours, or do you want to go tit for tat?
No, we'll have
Which
Dave.
we
I don't
better?
mind.
Throw Dave one now.
Right, Dave.
All right, well then, since it's, I guess...
Choice of hay.
Since it's musical influences...
Anything, yeah.
So,
Anything you
back in the house when I was a kid, Dad had a wardrobe full of records, basically.
Right.
You did. Down the bottom of the wardrobe was full of records. And I at some point decided, wow, flick through these albums.
Without any great previous knowledge of, you're just randomly looking at it. I like the cover of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Stick it on, I like the sound.
And so I ended up getting into Bob Dylan because of these records, because he had quite a few Dylan ones there. But I think I picked the worst Bob Dylan album to start with, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed the most. But later on, when you go back, everyone does not like this album.
But this is the only album you know when you pick it up, like.
Well, at the time, the cover looked awesome.
Yeah.
It was a live album and all the rest. So it was Bob Dylan at Budokan is the album. What song to pick off it? Well, probably I'll do a twofer here. I think Forever Young is on it. But it has to be that off the Budokan album if it's there. Because he went like big band.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. It was like nothing else he'd ever done, and everyone was kind of really disappointed. But it was the first Dylan album I listened to, so I thought it was awesome.
Right, I'll see, can I find what you're looking for?
Oh, anything off Budokan is pretty good. But
Spell it?
Buddokan, is it?
I honestly can't
Oh,
remember.
that Budokan.
Yeah, in Japan.
Sorry, no, you'll have to keep talking here while I look for...
See, we should have given them the songs first, but
No, it's a funny thing Davis mentioned. I had a load of records at the end of the wardrobe. When my father died, again, he had a wardrobe, and he was very particular about shirts. He would never wear a shirt if there was a crease in the actual collar of the shirt when it was being ironed, believe it or not.
Right.
White, and he always liked white shirts. But when the man died, we went to clear out, and he would never let my mother wash his shirts. The shirts were always sent to the laundry.
Go away.
And they would come back in little plastic bags.
Yeah.
And they were all stacked at the end of the wardrobe.
Where?
And it was only the top few that were white. The rest of them had gone yellow because he never made it down to any of the ones that were underneath it.
Did you just go and buy them in bulk, or this was over time?
No,
You just
this was
kept
over
buying
time.
them?
But the older ones stayed there.
Yeah.
And as he was using them, that would go to the cleaners. I would come back. That was put in a little plastic bag and it was put back on top again. There was nothing recycling. It was just nothing
Rotated at all, yeah.
Just taken from the top.
Just taken from the top all the time. And the one short, and that's wearing out. I better get a new one. But he never used the other ones. He don't buy a new shirt.
Very good.
Strange thing. So that was the difference between that was a period thing. Shirts and records in a wardrobe.
You didn't get the shirts.
He didn't get the shirts.
No, I didn't get the shirts. No, obviously not. Look,
Right, well, we have it here. This is Nippon Budokan Hall. Sorry, go
it
on.
must be. So the reason there's also is it for Forever Young you have?
Forever Young, yeah.
So there's another reason for this one. That was when Erin was born. Like a day after she was born, she was on the show I was doing on Fresh FM. So it's 14 odd years ago.
You were doing the breakfast show, is that
I was doing the breakfast show, yeah. But we did a Christmas special.
Okay.
And she came on.
And she was only born.
And she was just born, yeah. And that's the song. Forever Young was what I played for her when
deadly.
she came in. So
Cool.
there you go.
We'll get it on.
Twofer.
This is Forever Young, Bob Dylan.
Well, once again, it's that time of the hour we have to run. May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars, climb on every rung, and may you stay forever young. Forever young, forever young. May you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. And may you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous, stand upright and be strong, and may you stay forever young. Forever young, forever young. May you stay forever young. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. May your heart always be joyful. May your song always be sung, and may you stay forever young.
Well, there's a lot going on there. That was Forever Young live in Tokyo in 78, and we were just talking about how different that sounds and how different that would have sounded in its time. Like,
yeah, I think Dylan purists hated it. I think
a lot of like, to list the number of instruments you could hear there, like,
and a whole choir at the end. That's what you're just saying. It sounded like they sounded like Elvis in Vegas at the end.
Yeah. The band, Last Lost. That was good. No, I never heard that. I never heard anything. I never even heard of that album.
It's a good album to listen to.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Yeah. Cool, good choice.
There you go.
No, I like it. Yeah, I like that.
And then later, Dylan's kind of featured all the way through us, hasn't he?
Yes, yeah. Because
that's coming from your collection, and then when did you start going the other way? Here, Dad, look at this.
Yeah, well, he started listening to more and more and more than I was.
So now the Dylan door is open.
I was listening to the older, the stuff that was there.
And then it was my first time seeing Dylan was 1989.
Okay.
And was that the Point or ODS? I can't remember.
The Point.
The Point.
Definitely.
Yeah, and then it was my leaving cert was starting like days afterwards.
On Bob Dylan.
And Bob Dylan, yeah, so it was a choice.
What's your subject tonight? Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Who's he?
So we went to see Bob and
who else went to see? We always went, 90% of the time that we went to see Bob on the Point, the backing group, I wouldn't say the backing group, but the accompanying act was Van Morrison.
No way. But that switched left it, didn't it? Because even when we went to see them in Waterford,
it was Dylan.
It was Van, then Bob, and then we've seen the other way around where it was Bob, then Van a few times.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's a story. Whose house was it? It was Ron Wood's house, I think, or something. There's a story. I think Eamon Phelan told me, or someone like this told me. And Bob was there, and Van Morrison was there for dinner, and there wasn't a word spoken at the dinner at all.
Yeah.
And then Bob left, and Van turned to Ron Wood and said, "Bob was in a good mood tonight."
There used to be a friend of mine, and we went up. I don't know whether you were with us or not. We went up to Belfast to see Bob Dylan and Van Morrison appearing.
No, it was away then, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And anyway, we went to Belfast, myself and Eamon. And Eamon have a tendency to smoke a little stronger than the normal cigarette.
St. Patrick's cabbage.
Yeah.
Exactly. And he had smoked so much when Van Morrison was on stage. Eamon was facing the opposite direction.
Van had like that.
what time are they coming on at? And that's a true story.
You told me a story of Glenn Hansard meeting Van at a party, and the two of them just been upstairs.
Well, that's he was on some podcast talking about it or something.
Oh, okay. But you told me that before.
Yeah. Apparently, he went out. He was one of the Smurfits, and the daughter of one of the Smurfits, like Glenn, he was busking around Dublin, and she asked him to come out and play at some party, and he went out in his little Honda 50 with his guitar on, and he sat in the corner and played, and he's a big fan of Van Morrison, and Van was at the party, and he was introduced to Van, and Van just ignored him or something like that. Anyway, he ended up going upstairs and sitting there playing, trying to get warming up for the gig, and Van Morrison came in and said, I hear you're a big fan of mine, play this song, whatever you asked him to play, and play Moondance or whatever it was, and Glenn played that, and then for the whole night him and Van Morrison just passed the guitar back and forth playing songs, and
Man alive.
And that was it then. Just
party over, see you later.
Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good story when he tells it. Yeah,
it's cool, yeah. It's cool. Yeah. That's the boys are, it's music over everything, like, isn't it? The world can continue on behind us. We don't give a shit.
Van's a weird guy, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's strange, man, yeah.
You know, he's...
Genius, though.
A genius, but...
Absolute.
You know...
But I suppose that comes with, like, is it a cliche to say that people like that are on that end of the genius spectrum, continuum, creative, they live in it, like, he doesn't give two shits about some party downstairs, you know. When they start, you know, that, I suppose they just get into that, this is what I do. Everything else is kind of almost irrelevant, I'd say.
Yeah.
To have that kind of focus. It's cool, like.
But when you look at Van today, and then you go back to Belfast, and you look at Dem.
He was young, wasn't he? He was only
what a difference. Like, the guy, you know, has come from Dem all the way over to, what was the first big hit?
Gloria.
Yeah. And like, when you listen to that, and you listen to, there's another song, my second choice.
Oh, there we go. Good.
Caravan.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the reasons for that is, the live version, if you can get a live version
with
of
the band,
Van Morrison.
Is it the one with the band?
That's on the last waltz.
Yeah.
No?
And that could do the live. That's a good one, yeah.
But he has a live...
He has a few studio recordings of that, but any of them. The Caravan I just thought was amazing.
Well, it's on Moondance. It's not a live version. You want a live version?
He does have a live album with it on, or put it on the last waltz.
Put it on the last waltz, yeah, if it's there.
Oh, don't worry. But like, he's still pumping out music, like.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
He's putting out albums every couple of years, if not every year. He's an album out, like. He's gone back, hasn't he? Gone back to different genres, and he's done covers of old standards.
Done blues stuff, and he's done a lot of jazz stuff, and he's got great orchestration and stuff. When you listen to his music, it's just
was it one of those documentaries you told me about, not the Mosley Shoals one, the other one, what were they called? The session musicians.
Oh, the Wrecking Crew.
I think there was a documentary I watched, and he was on the documentary as well, like, and just mad stories, like, because even when he did that Astral Weeks, it was all session musicians, and like, they were all probably well established, and he was only young, like, and he kind of came across again, like, what's wrong with this young fella, like, you know? But he'd come in and he
didn't have the Wrecking Crew do that, did they?
No. But you know, it was those seasoned session musicians that were brought in to do that album, and he's this young fella coming in, and he can probably, you know, everyone is kind of a bit intimidated, and everyone has got things. There's all these little, you know, he's young, he's obviously got talent, but
and
he's
ideas.
not really, and he's not interacting, but he is interacting, but it's all very, like, I suppose he's a strange character like that for when he's doing his thing.
I don't know, I've never met him, but he seems to be.
But he produces work, like.
Yeah.
He does, absolutely, yeah.
It can't be denied.
And people seem to like working with him.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah,
except the Chieftains.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't they
do
a
good album, though?
The album was great, but
Irish
they thought he was too
Celtic
over the top. They wanted them to change the style. It was just an interview they were doing with Paddy. I think it was Paddy Murphy, wasn't it? The lead.
Paddy Maloney, isn't it?
Paddy Maloney, yeah.
The alien pipes. And that's what he said. He loved them. The stuff he was doing was great, but he just wanted us to change too much.
Okay.
And we came to an agreement at the end of the day.
Right.
But some of the stuff on that album is brilliant.
Yeah. And another set of serious musicians, like.
Oh, absolutely.
I would have said the Chieftains are probably one of the most diverse, adaptable band in the planet. In fairness, they played with everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Played everything with everyone. Like. Yeah. I have a version here. It's the concert rehearsal version.
That's right.
Sure, let's go.
Hope Van is on it now, but it's on the Last Waltz Deluxe version, so I'm guessing.
Okay.
I mean, Spotify's great, but when you want to find something very specific,
it's difficult.
It can be buried, can't it?
Yeah.
We'll see what this one's like. Yeah. And if it's shit, well, I can edit back in the good one. This is John's second choice, I'm right?
I think so.
Caravan, the band.
Yeah, the caravan is painted red and white. That means everybody's staying overnight. Yeah, my barefoot gypsy boy round the campfire singing play. Yeah, the mama tells us all the way. La 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 la. All right, turn up your radio. What is really wrong? Oh, baby, I long just to hold you in my arms, so I can feel you, sweet lady of the night. I sort of feel you. Radio, turn it up, that's enough, so you know it's got soul. Yeah, the caravan goes on my fingers. Yeah, just stay with me until the end. Gypsy Robin, a sweet Amarillo. So tell me everything all that I need to know. Say it to her. La 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 la, hey. La 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 la. Turn up your radio. What is really wrong, really wrong? And I long just to hold you in my arms, so that I can feel you, sweet lady, oh, in the night. I said that I wanna feel you. If you will, turn it up. Radio, turn it up, that's enough, so you know it's got soul, so you know, so you know, so you know it's got, so you know. Still live. So you know it's got soul, baby. Yeah. So you know it's got soul. So you know it's got soul. Turn it up, turn it up. So you know
That was a good choice, John.
That was a rehearsal and they had an audience. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's a gig I would have liked to see.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, we've seen it, but, you know.
Yes.
To be there would have been amazing.
Yeah, Van the Man. I mean, you could, I don't know, you could spend months, years, if not your lifetime talking about Van the Man and all he's done.
You could just do a show just Van Morrison.
And you'd cover
top of the van.
Sitting on top of the van.
Sitting on top of the
van. Fuck Scalacci. Yeah, I mean, the man has... What has he not played? Like, what genre, he's done everything. Absolutely everything.
Metal.
If he heard that, he'd probably get onto it.
He's probably doing it right now.
Yeah, what a legend. And I don't know, is it... Like, I don't know, what is it about... Not being, well, maybe when I was younger, well, I wasn't aware of how big someone like Van was. Like,
is he a musician's musician though?
But he still has that mass global. Yeah. I mean, not to maybe the level of massive bands, but like going to America like that and doing what he did, and
oh yeah, like it was nobody, a little band that had kind of died to some extent in England.
Yeah. You know, and then he went off because of what was your man's name? The dude from the record company who was over to see them as them. Oh shit! I did a show on him. A record producer, Sun City Records. What was his name?
Sun City was going back to Elvis and Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah. What was his name?
Phillips.
Yes. It is Phillips. Brian Phillips. No,
it wasn't Brian Phillips.
Paul Phillips. Yes, you're right. It's Phillips. Sam
Phillips. That's it.
He heard him and he brought him over.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's how he kind of got. I won't say that's how he got started in America, but he had that link because Sam Phillips had come over to the UK with that kind of, you know, them and that British
revival thing, yeah.
So he was over and he heard about Van, and Van then was kind of probably left hanging a bit when he didn't have any, when he left them, because Sam Phillips was involved with Astral Weeks and getting him out of that contract.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, that's cool.
Oh, yeah, he was in the contract with Sam Phillips because Sam Phillips' wife was who reported Van to the immigration. There was a lot of messing going on, and then he was in that contract that he couldn't get out of to do Astral Weeks.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of shite hawking going on there. But yeah, Sam Phillips was involved. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. Good old, I'd say crazy old times, like with money involved and
mad contracts.
Yeah.
Lads signing anything.
And then recording under different names.
Yeah.
Releasing music in different states. Yeah, mad stuff. Right. We're back to you, John. Oh no.
Is it me?
Sorry, yeah you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so a band I just went to see recently was There up in or Dead.
Oh yeah,
Dead up in Auckland, and it was awesome. I hadn't seen them.
Had you seen them before anywhere?
No. I was invited over to Sydney to see them in the Opera House a good few years before, but I didn't. And I've been a huge fan ever since you brought home the album Infected. And
when was that? Was that
like 89, 90, something like that?
Back in the days of yore.
Yeah.
Right. So you would have been still buying records that you would have been going, oh, I like that.
Well, no, you actually brought that. You bought, I don't know whether you heard it on the radio and just bought the records that I think you like that.
I think I just heard a song and, you know.
That's what you do then, you go out and buy the record.
That's what you go out and you buy the record,
Yeah, it was probably like $9.99.
In a lot of cases you didn't actually go out and buy the record. What you done was you go down and you joined a record club.
Ooh.
Right. And every week, now this is going back, speaking of like the
I don't remember these.
And
record club,
absolutely. And you would pay into the shop 2 and 6.
Oh, God.
2 shillings and 6 pence, which would be what, about nowadays
$150.
$1,000. Kiwi dollars about what? I don't know. How much would it 2 and 6?
Oh no, well, let's stick with euros.
Anyway,
let's stick with pounds.
But anyway, with the and then you would
everything was 2 and 6 back then.
Oh, everything. Half crown. Yeah.
And if you gave someone 2 and 6,
how much was it in the cinema?
It could go from 1 and 6.
1 and 6.
And then to the most expensive seats was 2 and 6.
2 and 6.
Yeah.
And how much was a bun?
A bun?
Like an iced cake, whatever.
How much to fill the car with petrol?
Yeah, 2 and 6. It was just 2 and 6.
2 and 6.
What do you get paid every week? 2 and 6.
When I got married, I was earning €22 a week.
€22 or 22 and 6?
€22 a week.
Wow.
€22 today would be worth about what?
$40
a week. Went on holidays every year.
Joined the book club.
Joined the book club.
And the
joined
record
club. Went on holidays, bought a house, had a car, and raised 2 immigrant children.
Look at that.
Not bad going.
There's that there.
And still had time to go down to the old records. So you go in, you'd pay your...
You pay your 2 and 6 a week, and they'd give you a number.
Okay.
And the number would be it would be between 1 and 20.
Yeah.
And the record club consisted of 20 weeks.
Okay.
And whatever number you got or you picked out was the week you got your record.
Okay.
So if you were unlucky, you got number 20.
Right.
If you were...
So you didn't get a record every week. You just got one record a
you
year.
got one record. So you're paying your 2 and 6 every week until it accumulated to the amount, the value of the record.
Oh, and then they gave it to you to keep.
And then you walked away with the record.
It's like an inverted
you had to
pyramid
wait until until your week came up. The record shop only gave you out one record.
Right.
Or only gave out one record a week.
And what would there be any standouts you would have got from that system?
Records?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
All sorts.
Loads of Dylan stuff,
Okay.
like Johnny Cash stuff, Waylon Jennings stuff, lot of country stuff.
Okay.
Wow. It's a mad system.
That's
crazy.
But you were hoping something good would come out again. It got to your turn, to get your record.
Yeah.
Or, you had to borrow a record of somebody else.
Oh, so if you were number 3 and the Beatles came out the week before, you kind of were knackered.
You
'cause you didn't get the Beatles record.
No, you had to pick a record that week.
That's
It was horrible.
harsh.
And you're getting
horrible system.
You got to hit the Waylon Jennings.
Jesus.
That's mad, isn't it?
That went down for years, and a lot of records. Dolphin Discs were the big one of them.
Oh, yeah, I remember Dolphin
Dolphin Discs in Dublin were the big one.
We had a lot of those disc places. We had Dolphin Disc, Golden Discs.
Golden Discs, yeah.
What else we have?
I think Golden Discs were an English company, but Dolphin Discs was an Irish company.
Right.
And a friend of mine, do you remember?
And would they've all ran similar kind of
There was
scams
all
like
close like
this?
that. But then that sort of club or that sort of thing also ran in factories where you had one person in a factory and they would go around and they would collect the money off, say, so many people working on a production line.
Yeah.
And they would pay that money into the record shop, and each of these people again would have a number that they would get the record.
Okay.
And the person collecting it would get a free record from the shop. That was their payment.
Would they get the free record every week?
No, they'd only get it at the end of the period.
Oh, okay.
Right.
No. Horrible
A
system.
record.
Yeah.
But in comparison to, we now live in a kind of a throwaway system.
Yeah.
Where you didn't back then, you took care of everything. And hence the reason there's so many records still going around.
Oh, you see them in the op shops. You see them in the op shops, yeah.
And if you look at,
people bought all sorts of stuff.
But how many people today are collecting cassettes?
Yeah.
It's back. It's coming back.
It's starting to come back.
Yeah.
But
I got a Saw Doctor's cassette on Trade Me a couple of years ago, believe it or not.
Yeah, but that's for the collection of cassette. It's not for actually playing, is it?
No,
because cassette is terrible. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah,
Everyone.
But CDs are starting to make a bit of a comeback too, like. And at least they're good quality, like.
Yeah.
You still have good audio.
But
quality.
at home now, you buy back in Ireland, you'd buy a CD, €1. I don't know how much you buy a CD here for.
It depends, though.
Yeah.
You can buy them for €1 wherever in op shops and stuff. But if you go to JB Hi-Fi and
That'd be the
buy
price.
something reasonable, it's $30, $40.
Exactly.
Well, you never, and even they won't even take them off you in recycling shops.
You're blacklisted, John. Get out of here with your tapes and
with your record collection stuff.
And another thing they won't take is books.
Yeah.
If you go into a charity shop and you've clothes and so forth, thank you very much. If you have books, sorry, we're not taking any books. There's
That's
so many
here as well.
Is
kind of got to that point, is it?
Yeah.
We get them all, but even the charity shops give their stuff to us.
Yeah.
Because they're hard to get rid of.
True.
Yeah, so he came home with his record collection of 2 and 6.
Stop using that change, Dad. No one's using it
It took
anymore.
him years.
Here's to get this record.
But he got the Infected album. So it's not their first album. It was the second album by Matt Johnson. And it was a quite unique album at the time because he made a music video for every single song on the record.
1986.
1986. And he kind of really embraced that whole MTV thing.
Okay.
And it was an early band because There is possibly the worst name for a band on the internet.
It's almost like a running band name you give it before you come up with
can't
another
even
one.
find it in Spotify. It's hard to find because it's there.
It just kind of it fucks with the search rhythms.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. You have to type in the album or something.
Falls through these digital cracks.
It's funny, when I went to the gig here, he played the new album in its entirety in the first half, and the second half they played all the hits.
Okay.
And it was packed. It was a great gig, but
where was it on?
In the town hall in Auckland. And so the second half seemed to be the first album. What's the first album called? I can't remember. This is the Day or whatever.
The first album is Burning Blue Soul.
Burning Blue Soul. So
Soul Mining.
Soul Mining was the one. That obviously was a big hit here because everyone knew songs off that.
Yeah.
But then they started to kind of falter.
Okay.
After that, well, it's good. It was great. But yeah, Infected was the one that I remember. So,
okay. What do you want off that?
Infected.
Okay. The opening track of that album.
Yeah. Sounds great on vinyl, by the way.
Okay.
It does sound great.
What about tape?
I still have the vinyl record.
Have you?
Yeah.
Here. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That's the good thing about vinyl. It's big enough that it tends to get minded. Yeah. It's like, I remember a fella telling me before, years ago, I was young. He said, if you're writing stuff to do, always write it on a big sheet of paper because it's hard to ignore a big sheet of paper.
Yeah.
Writing bits on small bits of paper, they get lost in your pocket, they go in the bin.
Yeah.
Something big like that. It's big enough that you go, oh, I can't leave it there because it'll get wrecked. I'll mind it. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Like, that's why the place is still full of them.
Yeah, true.
There's something nice about holding them. They're big. Those old tapes, though.
I hate the tapes.
Anyway, this is Infected. You listen to Kieran, and he's lucky enough to have the company of John and Dave in Studio Hain in Fresh FM on Founders. No, who'd have thought?
Never take.
Infect me with your love.
That was Infected by the. That was Dave's choice.
I don't know how many we've picked now.
Oh, who cares?
Yeah.
3.
Keep going.
3. Oh, you're keeping track.
Well, I
That's
used to have a friend like that who was great to play darts with because he'd always remember the scores because everyone else would be going, what was I?
Yeah.
How are you? What score is it?
I could never work that.
You always need
darts,
you always need a solid there to just kind of it's 4-3. Is it really?
So my next choice.
Oh, he's straight in. He's enjoyed it now.
No.
Yeah, he's been doing some research. I see you're tipping away there.
I have just me, myself, and I.
Good. That's the way to do it.
But no, the reason I picked this particular song is because it's an album. I think when it was released, practically everybody in Ireland bought a copy of it.
Right.
They really did.
Yeah.
And the band was huge.
Okay.
And even
can you give us any other hints before we guess?
Huge band.
Oh, no,
Huge Irish?
Everyone bought one.
Not Irish.
American.
Oh.
And but the thing about the band was
Hang on, let's guess. That's a band that nearly everyone would have bought the album.
Yeah.
What decade?
I can't remember actually.
Okay.
It was actually Meatloaf.
Oh, Bad Out of Hell, of
Bad Out
course.
Hell.
Yes.
Well, a huge, massive sell. Everybody had it.
Yeah.
Every
Jim
car had
Simon.
a fucking CD.
What
But the story behind it was, as Meatloaf was coming into, I think the second. I'm not sure whether he had 3 albums released. I don't know. But his promoters, the promoters in Ireland, had booked him to play here in Ireland.
Okay.
And they were coming over, and there was a mix-up in the bookings, and they were to play in Dublin at some big event, but somebody else was playing there, so they couldn't get to play. And the only other venue they could get to play on that particular night was the Parish Hall in Moat, County Westmeath.
That's a true story. I've read this before.
That's actually true. And the people in Moat...
Imagine how delighted the people in Moat were.
Yeah.
What? Really? He's coming? No, bullshit.
The people buying the tickets kept saying to the guys that were selling the tickets down at the time, it was promoted or not, it's not the real Meatloaf, it's an Irish
Exactly,
group.
yeah.
And they didn't believe it. And not until I think the last 2 days did all the tickets start selling out.
Brilliant.
People start coming from everywhere.
Realising that it could actually be Meatloaf.
And it was Meatloaf.
That's gas.
And I just thought it was a great story.
That's gas.
And the reason I know that, a friend of mine, he's the son of a vet. Well, the vet's dead now, but I worked with him. And he lived in Moat.
Go away.
And he never went to it.
Oh, no.
And every time
Meatloaf, me hole.
Yeah.
every time he gets to his car, the one record he was always on, one CD he was always playing was Meatloaf.
Brilliant.
Bad Out of Hell.
The record of regret. Is that what it is? Okay, that's brilliant.
So
And
anyway,
did like Kathleen go down and make the sandwiches and everything just for the, that's been awesome.
What was the backstage like?
Yeah.
so the song
Deadly.
from that, rather than
Deadly.
playing Bat Out of Hell, play 2 out of 3 won't go, or 2
2 or 3
Three
iPads
iPad.
on there.
Yeah,
Is it?
is it?
2 out of 3 iPad, yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
on it.
2 and
that's
3
right.
iPad,
I was
yeah.
thinking of the other one, the share one.
Right. That's a good choice, John. 2 out of 3 iPad, yeah. That is here and it's ready to go.
It's related
And
to this congregation of people here.
Who's the bad one?
3 is the perfect number for the studio. I think. 3 is the perfect number. Anyway, let's get it on. Good choice.
Maybe we can talk all night, but that ain't getting us nowhere. I told you everything I possibly can. There's nothing left inside of me, and maybe you can cry all night, but that'll never change the way that I feel. The snow is really piling up outside. I wish you wouldn't make me leave here. I poured it on and I poured it out. I tried to show you just how much I care. I'm tired of words and I'm too hoarse to shout, but you've been cold to me so long. I'm crying icicles
2 out of 3 ain't bad. Now don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. You'll never find your gold on a sandy beach. You'll never drill for oil on a city street. I know you're looking for a ruby in a mountain of rocks, but there ain't no Coupe de Ville hiding at the bottom of a Cracker Jack box. I can't lie, I can't tell you that I'm something I'm not. No matter how I try, I'll never be able to give you something, something that I just haven't got. Well, there's only one girl that I will ever love, and that was so many years ago. And though I know I'll never get her out of my heart, she never loved me back. I know. Well, I remember how she left me on a stormy night. Oh, she kissed me and got out of our bed. And though I pleaded and I begged her not to walk out that door, she packed her bags and turned right away. And she kept on telling me, she kept on telling me, she kept on telling me, I want you, I need you, but there ain't no way I'm ever gonna love you. Now don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I want you, I need you, but there ain't no way I'm ever gonna love you. Now don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Now don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. We can talk all night, but that ain't getting us nowhere.
English going.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. John's been regaling us with some wild stories of his days on tour with The Who.
Me and Roger.
Good choice, yeah. You can't beat him in a Meatloaf. You just can't beat a power ballad, like. Every
It's
now
funny,
and
the
again.
certain bands like that in Ireland, like Meatloaf, like kind of Ireland's own, even though he's not, and
Yeah.
Garth Brooks.
Yeah, yeah.
He's kind of, we kind of
Honorary
adopt
Irishman.
him, yeah.
yeah.
Gareth is coming back to Dublin. I
Is
think
he?
it's next year.
See, he calls him Gareth even.
Yeah. Gareth Brooks.
Yeah. Gareth's come, but Gareth, first name terms. Gareth's coming back to Dublin, yeah.
Well, how many gigs did he play last time?
At the spare room all set.
He was to play some. I don't know how many, but he was to play something like 5, and the locals objected to it. The locals objected to the
anti-Gareth
Croker.
No, apparently Croke Park had it. The policy was that they would only allow any acts like that to play for 3 nights. He wanted to play something like 5 or 7 nights.
Oh, was this the big debacle there a few years ago?
That was a huge thing.
Yeah.
And he only
So
got
how many
3
did he
nights,
end up
but
playing?
I think he only
12.
I think he only played 3.
3 a day.
A few
3 a
backhanders,
day,
3 a
yeah.
day for 4 days.
But he's coming now to Croke Park.
No, he
Lansdowne
just
Road.
played Croke. Lansdowne. Oh, that's gone.
Eh? The Viva.
The Aviva. Is that what he's doing?
I don't know.
But he's coming for like 12 days. He's going to play 12 days. It's either 10 or 12 days.
And I bet you they'll all be sold out.
Oh, they will be.
Bruce
yeah.
Springsteen, another man who'll just sell out till he's a million.
Yeah.
Mad, like. We when we get upon someone that's kind of, we feel the loyalty they have to us we're in, like, aren't we?
But it's like the issue that rose there recently over Oasis. Oasis tickets went on sale for this year, and they were fixed at a price of let's say $100. Would have been say $200. Okay, for an Oasis ticket. Halfway through the day, there was such a demand. The tickets went to New Zealand money, $450 to $500 each, and people just went down. They were online, kept buying them and buying them, and then there was a big debacle after it as to why they should be allowed to increase the prices from the word go. And
dynamic pricing, they call it.
And that's exactly what they
look,
told
it's
them.
the world we live in.
And they said it was nothing to do with the Who, it was the promoters.
The Who?
Oh, sorry.
It was all the Who.
Fucking Keith Moon in the background.
Roger Daltrey, fuck you, I'm out here. Hit the dynamic pricing button, quick.
Yeah, no. Well, that's the Ticketmaster and all the rest. The bands are paid. The bands just get paid up front.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Just released.
It's like the fees. It's all these fees on each ticket and all that. We still put up with it. Like, we bitch and moan about it, but we put up with it and we pay it and they do it. I mean,
like, in fairness, oh God, we sound like old shites now. But like, you used to go to a gig, the cheapest ticket was standing in front of the stage.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Now you go to a gig, and I swear to God, I'm not proud of this, but I went to Ed Sheeran with the girls, and I picked like the
seats.
But like it was D whatever. But little did I know that ahead of me is like A, B, B, C, 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 until I get to the normal letters. Okay. So the maps are bullshit as well.
Yeah, and even the alphabet doesn't.
And you're in a bad mood as soon as you get there. It's like, what the I thought it was near the stage.
Yeah.
You know? And there was a few people there complaining, saying like, the map you showed us for the tickets wasn't the same.
Really? Yeah. All the
what
games.
are you going to do? You're here now.
It's the games, isn't it? It's the games.
It is a game.
It's the games they play.
Yeah.
And I mean, they play them and they kind of get away with them and we bitch and moan about it. I think it's just...
Years ago, Judith, my daughter, Dave's sister, bought tickets for her.
I like the way you tied that all in.
Just to make sure nobody gets confused. She bought tickets for a guy called Randy Travis, who was very big back then.
Yeah.
And
digging up bones.
I'm digging up bones. And she got 2 front seats, very front seat, in the Olympia Theatre. Were you ever in it, Kieran?
I don't know if I was. The Olympia, I don't think so.
And his microphone was at the very front of the stage. And I swear to God, he's talking about being at the back. Yeah. We were looking up his nose. That's how close we were. You could barely see the back of the stage. The stage was high, and you could just see the head of the drummer. And all the whole show. And it was a terrible seat. The sound was great.
Yeah.
But, so things change.
That's it.
Concerts get bigger. People get abused.
Well, it's just... Yeah, that's the way it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way the industry's been.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's stalking everyone. It's just... Still goes on, doesn't it? It's just digital now.
I think it was a 5 nights, I think, Taylor Swift done in Dublin recently. Packed every night,
But even
she could have done it. She can do a year and pack it out.
You were telling me about the when you were assistant to Paddy Drack when you were Renfold and you didn't get paid. I mean, the Strokes going on everywhere, isn't there? Everyone gets paid some way, like whether it's frozen
turkeys and hams.
They were just
coffin's awful heavy, lads. No.
Yeah, but people do that, It's just the abuse. I remember.
There
was a guy there called Pat Egan who was a DJ.
I remember Pat Egan well.
He was on the radio for a long time, and he bought a nightclub. And,
Pat's hat.
He said he would never, ever play in a band because once you have the mecca, they will all come to you, and that was his reason for buying. He said, no matter what band, he says, I didn't have to move. I was earning as much money as them. And he bought a nightclub there.
Build it and they will come.
Build it and they will come. And that's exactly what it was.
Where was his nightclub?
Down on the Quays. Yeah. It was in front of where U2's...
in front of the Clarence?
No, the U2 studio was at the back of... on the South Quays.
Oh, you're talking... okay. Yeah, okay.
What was the name of the studio?
The
Windmill,
factory.
Windmill.
Oh, Windmill Lane. Yeah,
Windmill
that's right.
Lane.
Yeah.
It was it was literally on the front of the Liffey. And that's where he bought that.
Is that does the H have a spot there? Because you know that
his is over Merton's Arch.
Is it looking onto the Liffey?
Yeah, but his is
different.
So where Abracababra is, it's up in those above that.
Because that documentary you did with Jimmy Page.
And you were looking over the Halfpenny Bridge.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But that must be something to do with the Clarence because they own all that.
They sold the Clarence now, but they bought the Clarence Hotel.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And the kitchen, the nightclub.
Yeah.
Wow, it's awesome.
Where are we going next? Dave next, yeah?
Oh yeah, I think I'll have to throw in a bit of Philo in here.
Yeah, I was waiting for that actually. We did it. They're all there on YouTube, and Paddy or Graham, our tribute to Paddy Drack is on YouTube, and I was listening back to the Vibe for Philo we did last year. We did 2 shows, just wall to wall.
What was it, January 4th? So he's just his anniversary's just gone.
They were really enjoyable shows playing that much because I think we played 3 or 4 tracks from each album starting at the start.
Right,
it was brilliant.
Jeez, that's a lot. Okay,
it was good. Really, like just to listen to that much Phil Lynott and that much Thin Lizzy, you're going, yeah, they're class. Like they're class. Brian Dowling is class.
Well, and my picture's hung of Brussels with the Lynott statue outside, and I have my miniature Lynott statue there as well.
You told me that's sold, or they're not doing music. Sorry, is that what you told me last year?
Who's not doing music?
Brussels. They're not doing music.
They never really did live music that often. It wasn't when there was they played music and they had the jukebox and stuff, but they never did live music.
That's where they drank.
Yeah, we all drank there.
Yeah.
They didn't know.
Huh?
What are they playing? I don't know. It's good anyway.
Go on. What are we going for? So
I don't know. See, that's a tough one.
It is a very tough one because now I'm thinking back to the 20.
Am I going to go Lizzie or like go Lynott on his own? Because
we'll do both. I mean,
do you remember the Elvis one that he done?
Oh, the King's Call. Yeah, okay.
King's Call. That's a great number.
Good.
Yeah, this is Lynott on his own now. Yeah, King's Call is great.
Good tune.
So 2 dead people.
What's the one he does with? This isn't the one with
Gary Moore,
Mark Knopfler.
Oh, yeah,
it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Knopfler plays guitar in this, I think. Yeah,
Knopfler on guitar and Lynott on heroin.
That's right. That's right.
Right, King's Call by Finn Lynott, and this is from 1980s, Solo in Soho.
Have we even made it into the 90s yet? No.
I think this is do we touch it? When was Meatloaf? Meatloaf the 90s?
No, probably the late 80s. Yeah,
we'll get there. Anyway, good choice.
It was a rainy night, the night the king went down. Everybody was crying, seemed like sadness had surrounded the town. Me, I went to the liquor store, and I bought a bottle of wine and a bottle of gin. I played his records all night, drinking with a close friend. Now some people say that ain't right, and some people say nothing at all. But even in the darkest of night, you can always hear the king call. You can always hear the king call. Well, they put him away in Memphis, 6 feet beneath the clay. Everybody was crying, everybody said it was a plain gray day. Me, I went to the liquor store, and I bought another bottle of wine and another bottle of gin. I played his records all night, and I got drunk all over again. Now some people say that ain't right, and some people say nothing at all. But even in the darkest of night, you can always hear the king call. You can always hear the king call. I wonder if you're lonesome tonight. That ain't right, and some people say nothing at all. But even in the darkest of night, you can always hear the king call. You can always hear the king call. You can always hear the king call. And now the stage is bare, and I'm standing here. You can always hear the king call. You can always might as well bring a curve now. always hear the king call. You could always hear the king call.
You can always hear the king call. Phil Lynott, 1980. Dave's choice. Good choice.
Yeah,
like that
it's a
song.
good choice.
Good album.
I was
Just about to agree with me. Thanks, John.
waiting for you to introduce me.
Well, if you've just joined us, what took you so long?
Yeah.
John is here, Dave is here.
Get
We're
out
picking
of it.
songs. We're heading to the Aran Islands. We're picking 5 songs, give or take. Maybe a book, possibly a toy. But we'll get to them at the end. But we're sticking to the music. The music's been good. Good spread. Good stories behind them.
Yeah.
Really enjoying it. Talking about record collections and so-called record clubs. 2 and 6. Meatloaf in Moat.
Nobody, no New Zealander, no Kiwi will know what 2 and 6
Oh, they had old money here as well. Yeah.
Well, because you had the pound coins,
yeah,
the
that's right.
sterling, hadn't they?
Yeah,
That's
pre
right,
all that mad money before decimalisation.
That's right. John, you're up.
Okay, the song just a song I like listening to a lot. I heard
That's
it
reason enough.
I suppose it's a good reason.
It is,
And to
that's
take on an island, especially when there's only boats twice a week from it, is a Tom Jones number written by Van Morrison.
So we want Tom's version.
It's Tom if you can get it, and there's a live version there. Tom and Van Morrison.
Can't find that one.
Can you not?
I'll have a look. I'll have a look on YouTube. It's not all that's on Spotify is either or. What was it called again?
Not feeling it anymore.
Not feeling it anymore.
It's just great. If you hear Van Morrison singing it, it's not great, but Tom just blows it away.
He has a habit of doing that.
He has, yeah, absolutely. But on that one, he really does.
So there is a version that has both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at this. On the fly.
Bigara. It looks like a grainy.
Old grey whistle test or something.
Yeah, it's
like it's been
black
recorded
and
from the
white.
crowd.
No.
Really?
No,
Yeah. We'll see what it sounds like.
This is a very close up. It's like in a recording studio.
Oh, this looks live.
Well, this was play it. Yeah, that's it.
He's got a great smile, Tom Jones, hasn't he?
Have to get back. I have to get back to base. I need to talk to somebody I can trust. Too many cooks are trying to spoil broth. I can't feel it in my throat. That's all she wrote. I'm not feeling it no more. I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm not feeling it no more. I'm not feeling it anymore. When I was high at the party, everything looked good. I was seeing through rose-colored glasses, not seeing the trees for the wood. I started out in normal operation, but I just ended up in doubt. All my drinking buddies, they all locked me out. That's why I'm not feeling it no more. I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm not feeling it no more. Baby, I'm trying to get you a score. You see me up there, baby, on the screen. But I know better now. It's so unreal. If this is success, then something's awful wrong. dare to live. You have to look for happiness within yourself. And don't go chasing thinking that it's somewhere else. I'm not feeling it no more. I'm not feeling it anymore. Baby, I'm just trying to get you to score. I'm not feeling it no more. You see that I was pretending all the time. I was giving everybody what they wanted, and I lost my peace of mind. And all I ever wanted was simply just to be me. All you ever need is the truth, and the truth will set you free. I'm not feeling it no more. I'm not feeling it no more. I'm trying to get you to score, but do it like I did before. I'm not feeling it no more. I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm not feeling it no more. Baby, just trying to get you to score. I'm not feeling it no more. I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm not feeling it no more. I'm not
And again, it's only
feeling it no more.
continuous 4 chords.
They did finish it.
Someone got tired. Lads, I need a cup of tea.
Tom Jones had to wet in his pants. He couldn't hold it. That was Tom Jones and Van Morrison singing I'm Not Feeling It Anymore with a big, huge band around them, as always, making big noise that could have gone on an infinite loop, as we said.
There's a common theme to today.
Yeah.
Every song is really long.
6-7 minutes.
So we won't ask for 16 years by Bob Dylan. We'll
Well,
hear
everyone
from
wants their
here for the rest of the
moment.
week.
Everyone wants their moment, doesn't they, to do their flourish.
What? Yeah. Yeah, Van Morrison's played a lot today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has been. Yeah, yeah.
We were just talking about another one, Tupelo Honey. What's that
No,
other one about?
I was just saying about Tupelo Honey. You were saying there's a continuous loop.
Yeah.
Tupelo Honey has 4 chords in it.
Right.
And it just went all the time.
Yeah.
And the band, when they heard it first, thought it was an amazing song.
Yeah.
And then, like, you would think, you know, they were showing at one time a printout of Beethoven's music.
Okay.
And they compared it to Ed Sheeran's, you know. And it looks like he left out half the amount of notes used
Right.
in comparison. He says that's why people should be listening to this type of music, because it's so big,
Yeah.
like the old
Yeah.
stuff. But
I wouldn't
Yeah.
agree with that.
no, I wouldn't agree with that.
You
but
wouldn't?
No, it was
You
just-
prefer the...
No, I just don't. It's what
it's
strikes.
strange, but it just shows the amount of effort that went into. And,
yeah, but it's a different type of
oh,
appreciation.
yeah. But here's a deaf guy writing this, you know. You know, he was brilliant.
Ed Sheeran's deaf.
No,
No, just tone deaf. Oh, go easy now, go easy.
He's
community
Irish as well,
radio,
isn't he? He's someone that the Irish have adopted as well, isn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
Oh,
David Gray,
absolutely.
another one.
David Gray, yeah.
David
God,
Gray.
I've forgotten about him.
Yeah, Sail Away.
He's back again playing
He is,
a few
yeah.
gigs in
Yeah.
Dublin. Yeah, he really is, yeah.
I think he I don't know how he was going in the UK at the time, but coming to Ireland gave him that kind
Oh,
of
it did,
base
yeah. Boost.
to go back
Oh.
to England.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
That White Ladder album.
yeah,
isn't it?
that's right. Yeah, good album. I
It was
listened
a
to that
good
lately.
album.
Actually, it's a good album.
It was overplayed at the time.
It was.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Well, that's
It's
what
like
we do.
that Damien Rice album.
Yeah,
So overplayed.
Like, was it Cannonball? Was it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Great album when you listen to
Yes.
it, but
Yeah. And I think he
Overplayed.
did it with Mick Christopher. You know, Hey Day as well.
yeah.
And the Frames, they had a few that were overplayed. I think.
Did they?
What you call them? The Fake. Great song, but I think it got a lot of. It was that time, you know. It was the 90s or early 2000s.
Something
maybe.
happens.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah,
not
yeah.
play overplayed. Oh, that was a great time.
Yeah,
The trip to tip and
That's
everything.
right.
That was awesome.
yeah. Soul Actors were there
Yeah.
On the cusp.
The four of us.
That's right. Hothouse Flowers, The Stunning.
Yeah. Oh, Stunning.
Yeah.
They were good. Yeah.
Yeah, the Wall Brothers. Yeah, there was some good music. Some good old energy. There was energy behind it, wasn't it? There was.
I see the old clip on RTE archives.
Yeah.
The first trip to Tip, where the whole town looked stunned.
Yeah.
Because Dublin just came to Tipperary to turn us.
Drink on?
Yeah. I remember that. So we went down. We brought drink down on the train, and I think by the time we got there, it was all gone. And then we went looking for drink, and the town was sold out in minutes.
Yeah.
And we went into the supermarket, and all they had was Buckfast left. And so we bought Buckfast.
All of their Buckfast.
That went pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And then the next day they brought down a 20-foot or 40-foot full of drink from somewhere and just opened it in the street and just sold it out the back of the street. Yeah, it was great. Class. I had no idea what they were doing.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was that any trouble at it.
No. I suppose once people could eventually get their hands on stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
The whole town was just littered with, leather jackets and fag ends and goths and rockers and everything. Hair everywhere, yeah.
All the
dogs on
strings.
strings, yeah. I'm sure the pub probably had some booze stashed away for the locals, you'd think. The old pints and that.
It'd have been kegs though, wouldn't it? Would have been cans.
I know, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you could have got caught in the hop, like.
Yeah.
As they obviously some places did.
Can you imagine the local walking in? Hey, Johnny, can I have a pint?
Sorry,
no pints.
What?
Get these fucking hippies out of town.
You could have put some noses out of joint, all right.
for sure. But it was
I'm
there
not drinking out of that glass. That's the only glass we have.
But it was there for a few years, wasn't it? And then did it move or just got cancelled? Because they did it again. They brought it back, I think.
They did, but it didn't
take off because they have electric picnic and stuff now, don't they?
Yeah. There's a few now, I suppose. Yeah, they did. It didn't because it wasn't that. Did it go for that many years?
I don't remember.
For what was on at the time, like it was like you said,
it was nothing else.
Yeah. And it had all those bands were just energy, going, wanting to go places. Awesome. It was all like, it was all rock and roll, like. Yeah. Gas. That's gas.
Yeah, that's good.
Right.
So who's next? Me?
You're next.
Damn it. He's got plans. He's making notes and everything.
I'm just thinking.
I'm off the cuff here.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter. Whatever comes to mind. Whether it's something that you remember from something Janice said or something lately or who cares? Doesn't matter. There's no criteria. Only that you can pick any song.
The Ying Tong song.
No, I'm not playing the Goons.
Ying Tong,
Walking backwards Christmas.
Grew up with the Goons. Now you.
Well, like if you're going back to the LPs when you started buying them, right? You got that from John. When you were starting to buy your own, was John still buying LPs as well?
No, not really.
Would you have stopped?
The odd country, like the odd Randy Travis and
country and Johnny Cash stuff, and then I don't know when that kind of stopped. I did stop buying.
Did you go to
albums.
CDs then, or did you just kind of?
No, I had hundreds of CDs. And take all the amount of bloody, because you had a tape recorder in the car.
Yeah,
and that's why you were listening. 90% of the time you were listening to
tapes.
Nowadays, in the car I have now, you don't have a CD or a tape.
Yeah,
but let the kids play it on their phone. But I just stick stuff on the stick it and just stick it in.
Yeah,
that's the only thing you have in it.
So would you have had a good run at the LPs and then got into the CDs, or just gone with it as it was going?
As it was going, I think, because CDs came along, I was like, wow. Yeah. So probably went CDs quite quickly.
But look at Black Sabbath belong to you still at home.
Yeah, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, Metallica at some point, I'm sure.
Dylan, obviously.
Lots of Dylan.
Yeah.
Actually, I know what I'm going to pick because I like the song so much. Fleetwood Mac, Peter Green.
Yes.
Man of the World.
Great tune.
Yeah.
Something tells me it'll get blocked off.
I don't know why. I did not like Fleetwood. Well, actually, this is true. Here's the story. Tango in the Night came out. All the friends were into that album for some reason. And they played the RDS. Yeah, it was the RDS. And we went to it, and it was the time when Lindsay Buckingham left, just before that gig. So the guy Burnett, and they had two guitar players replacing Burnett and someone else. That was a good gig. It was fine. It was all right. But after that, I think I just started going, I don't really like Fleetwood Mac. And then I'd heard something. Oh well, that's it. Dave Fanning's show had that as a theme tune. Oh well.
Yeah.
And I was like, geez, that's awesome. And and it turned out it was Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
And I was like, Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
And then I ended up going down to finding out all about the blues stuff and Peter Green.
What was the album they brought out? A big drum solo in it.
Tusk.
Oh, I thought it was a great album.
No, just move around so you're comfortable, that's all.
I didn't think we were on.
See that red light you can't see, John?
Yeah, by the way.
No, Tusk was a great album, and that. But the one that Lindsay Buckingham done with your woman before,
not Christy McVie. What's her name?
Stevie
Nicks, where he plays that solo. We only listened to it the other night.
God,
is that the one with the
yeah.
Yeah, what's
that's off Tango in the Night, isn't it?
Is it?
I'm not sure it was Tango then. I don't know.
Whatever.
Anyway,
but I think there's definitely, because like that, I wouldn't have realised there was two Fleetwood Macs for the sake of argument.
And there is two Fleetwood, apart from the drummer and the bass player. Yeah. There's two Fleetwood Macs,
and they're so different.
Yeah.
And then when you go back, now obviously going back listening to them and starting to listen to the early British blues and that invasion and re-invasion, and then you realise Peter Green. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just another.
I seen Peter Green in the Peter Green Splinter group.
Did you?
In wasn't Whelan's. It was what was that?
Because he put out a good few solo albums. Solo albums, I suppose, with the Splinter group even after, didn't he?
Yeah,
he came back that time.
Oh yeah, he was in. He was a recluse for ages, wasn't he? And then he came back and cut his nails and started playing again.
Yeah.
What's the name of the Irish bar? Mean Fiddler.
Okay.
When that was up in Wexford Street. Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. It was quite an understated gig, but it was just
some man.
I remember
one of the greats.
Yeah, well, that was it. Just going to see a legend, aren't you?
That's it. Well, Man of the World. Good choice. Again, another great choice. Let's get it on. Dave's choice. Iron Island Cassettes. Not a rip-off. I repeat, not a rip-off. Where have we gone?
Shall I tell you about my life? They say I'm a man of the world. I've flown across every tide. I've seen lots of pretty I guess I've got everything I need. I wouldn't ask for more. There's no one I'd rather be. But I just wish that I'd never been born. I could tell you about my life, keep you amused, I'm sure, about all the times I cried, how I don't want to be sad anymore.
That was Fleetwood Mac, Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac, and in my opinion, the best Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac. That was your choice, Dave. Good choice, yeah.
That was a good choice.
Because I mean, there's it is two bands, really, for all intents and purposes, isn't it? Essentially, two quite different bands. A rock band and a British blues rock band.
That's a good question. Bands that are called the same thing. There's been a few.
That have quite different music, with the addition, obviously, of different members of the band, but still...
Are they still going?
Fleetwood Mac? Oh, yeah.
Are they?
They are, I think.
People love that rumour stuff.
Yeah.
It's a class album, but
It is a good album. I still like Fleetwood Mac. Lindsey Buckingham, Ooh and Ann and Tusk and Rumours.
Yeah, they are. They're good albums. They're great albums. They really are.
Witchy. What's the one she does with But the Witch?
The Witch. Is that the one he plays?
Stevie Nicks sings it. I can't think of it now.
Witchy Woman?
No.
Dan. He's another man. Yeah, he's the fellow I was telling you that has the team of 60 people looking for his songs on the internet.
That's right.
Yeah, the Eagles.
Yeah, I don't like the Eagles.
We walked out of an Eagles concert.
We did walk out of an Eagles concert.
So you both don't like the Eagles. Good.
They stood there. I mean,
Hell Freezes Over tour.
No, I know this is going back a bit, but we went to see years ago Gene Pitney. Dearest darling, I tried to say that. Remember that song? 24 Hours from Tulsa.
Again? 24 Hours from Tulsa.
Oh, yeah.
And he stood at the side of the stage for the whole concert. And it was like a kind of, what would you say, like not a screen between him and the band, but you could see through it, like a curtain. And all you could really see was him, and the band were behind that. And he didn't move. He just stood there singing. The most boring bloody concert I ever went to in my life. That was in the Adelphi Cinema back in... Before the Horizon, I think it was, before 1916.
Just after the famine.
Just after the famine. We were eating potatoes in the seats.
Well, I suppose we've about 20 minutes left, so we're looking at 2 to 3 songs. Definitely a song each, anyway.
Okay.
Okay, well, there's no reason for this song. It's just a song I've always liked.
That's reason enough, John.
And it's just a song, every now and again. And only the other day, for some unknown reason, it came back into my head.
Yeah.
And it's a song called Walking in Memphis.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just a song that I've always liked.
What's his name? Cohn?
Mark Cohn, yeah.
Mark Cohn.
Mark Cohn, yeah.
Ugh, I hate this. Is this and Bruce Hornsby in the Range? I found the Bruce Hornsby in the Range vinyl. I was going through my vinyl recently. No, they're out around the same time, Walking in Memphis, and That's Just the Way It Is.
That's just the way it is, yeah.
And I remember, what was his name? Stuart, yeah. Driving around in the high ace around town. We're fucking walking in Memphis. That's just the way it is. Diddle-oo, diddle-oo, diddle-oo. Oh, fuck, I hate them.
And another great song, roughly around that time, was a song called Anchorage.
Oh, that's different. That's all right. That's what is Michelle Shocked, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play Anchorage.
Okay.
No, play Walking in Memphis.
No, it's okay.
No, I think we should honour that song.
If you don't like it, how can you honour something you don't like?
We can pack the 3 seat chairs together and pretend we're in the front of a transit. We packed up on top of each other and
because
have Dave in the middle.
Aaron the other day, we were coming back and I said, play Anchorage. She couldn't find it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It might not be on Spotify because Michelle Shock ripped all her stuff off.
We'll go with this one. So, Mark Cohn, Walking in Memphis.
Yeah.
For John.
Walking in Memphis, yeah.
And I, Dave, in the transit.
In the transit.
That's a bit of a Meatloaf intro, isn't it?
It is actually, yeah.
Suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain. WC Handy, won't you look down over me? Yeah, I got a first class ticket, but I'm as blue as a boy can be. Then I'm walking in Memphis, just walking with my feet 10 feet off a beam. Walking in Memphis, but do I really feel the way I feel? Saw the ghost of Elvis on Union Avenue, followed him up to the gates of Graceland, and I watched him walk right through. Now security, they did not see him, they just hovered round his tomb. But there's a pretty little thing waiting for the king down in the jungle room. When I was walking in Memphis, I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a beam. Walking in Memphis, but do I really feel the way I feel? got fish on the table. They've got gospel in the air. And Reverend Green, be glad to see you when you haven't got a prayer. But boy, you got a prayer in Memphis. Now Muriel plays piano every Friday at the Hollywood, and they brought me down to see her, and they asked me if I would do a little number, and I sang with all my might. She said, tell me, are you a Christian child? And I said, ma'am, I am tonight. Walking in Memphis, was walking with my feet 10 feet off a beam. Walking in Memphis, but do I really feel the way I feel? Walking in Memphis, I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a beam. Walking in Memphis, but do I really feel the way I feel? Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touched down in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain. Touched down in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain.
Was it you just wanted to hear someone say pouring rain? Was that what it was, John? You're homesick.
It reminded me of last 3 weeks in Nelson.
Oh.
Yeah, well, look at it now, though.
That's beautiful.
What was that? What was those two lads who did the Eurovision sounded like that?
Oh, but McGettigan's and the fella from Leitrim. McGettigan and what was his name?
It was an awful song.
Charlie McGettigan.
Yeah.
Charlie
Was that
McGettigan.
it?
Yeah.
Charlie McGettigan.
The
yeah.
Rock and Roll Kids.
Rock and roll.
That's
We
what that
were
was
the
it.
rock
See?
and roll kids.
Yeah.
Another pile of shit.
Dreamy kind of piano
Yeah.
pop.
Yeah, see?
I went to it.
It's one of those songs, isn't it? Yeah.
No, I was invited to a do. It was a transport company had a do in Dublin Castle, and I went along. There's a fellow who worked in the company as well, and he looked after most of the transport. And I went along to it with him, and we were at it, and there was companies all over talking to this transport company, and the guy that was playing music, Irish music, was the fella I spoke about earlier on, a fella called Pat Brown and his friend, and they were just going around guitar and the banjo, and playing songs, and nobody.
Scallywag, that's what they were called.
Scallywag, that was the name of the band. Scallywag, yeah.
I remember the album.
And I said to Pat, nobody's listening to his playing. I said, no. He said, there's nobody. He said, every time we go
Well,
to
tell us what you really think, John.
But no, so I said, and it was just after that song had won the Eurovision.
Yeah.
And I said, do you know the words to that? And he said, no, do you know the words to it? I said, I know some of them. And then Jimmy he lived up not far from us. He was a banjo player with a show band years ago. And he said, I know some of the words. So we start singing it. And I swear to God, there were a lot of European companies. They all come over, massed around us. Just because of this particular song. But they weren't listening to Irish songs, which, was an Irish company trying to promote.
So you guys just do the chorus?
Yeah.
Just making up the verses as you went along.
Anything at all.
What would the rock and roll kids be doing?
I just thought it was very funny. They all really trying to promote Irish music. they all knew rock and roll kids.
Brilliant.
We're not playing it.
No. We played it when we did the counties. It was Leitrim.
did.
He's Leitrim.
That's right, yeah.
God. Your turn, Dave.
My turn. Oh, I can't even think now. I'm just head filled with shite.
Yeah, you've just been out trying to set up the. It never stops in here, does it? You're just trying to set up the old tent for the jazz.
For
get
the
it going.
jazz, yeah.
Got Jazz in the Park today.
Although when does this show go out? Because Jazz in the Park won't be.
But it'll
on
be out for
today.
another few weeks.
Oh, it's on every Sunday.
Every Sunday,
1 till 3.
1 till 3 Jazz in the Park.
Just over
And then
the
they have
summer.
they have some stuff over in the
Decks on the deck.
Beats on the deck.
Beats on the deck, whatever. Beats on the deck.
Beats. You have to eat beets on the deck.
That's not what you think it is.
Bit of beetroot there now, lads. Nothing like it.
I think I've only got one left. I think.
Okay. We can go. You can finish out, John. Jim. We'll probably get 2 songs in if we go.
It'll have to be a Lizzie song. Sorry.
Okay.
I know it was. I know we did fill out.
You don't have to apologise. You pick whatever you want.
But I don't know what. It's a tough one.
It is. I'd find it hard to pick a Lizzie song, especially because I've gone and listened to so much more.
The 3 of us are here. We're all from Ireland.
Yeah.
The boys are back in town.
That's fair. Can we do the live version?
Yes. The one they said Brian Dowling is adamant that it wasn't overdubbed. It was all live.
Even though Robert Robinson said, we recorded the whole thing afterwards. Maybe Brian just didn't get a chance to. Everyone else recorded it. Because that's what happened. You know, they went back after the recording.
And re-recorded.
And then Philo did overdubs. And then Scott Gorman heard about it, so he wanted to do some overdubs. Yeah. Then Robert Robson was said, "Can I record again?" They said no, and everyone else had done it, so he did some. And I think Downey probably is the only one who didn't.
Yeah.
Apparently, the only thing that's live on that album is the crowd.
And even they wanted to overdub. Right, good choice.
Still one of the greatest live albums ever.
Absolutely. Philadelphia, USA, 1977. Live and Dangerous is the album, and this is Thin Lizzy with the boys are back in town. You're listening to Kieran and Dave and John, and we're near the end of Iron Island Cassettes.
To say, man, I still think them cats are crazy. They were asking if you were around, how you was, where you could be found. Told them you make your living downtown, driving all the old and crazy. The boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. I said the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. Every night she'd be on the floor shaking what you got. Man, when I tell you she was cool, she was a red hot. I mean, steamer. And that time over at Johnny's place, well, this chick got up and she smacked Johnny's face. Man, we fell about the place. If that chick don't wanna know, forget her. The boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. I said the boys are back in town.
Yeah, we're just
end on the A.
Yeah, we're just talking about the Cowboy song. That was Boys Are Back in Town, live at the Tower Theatre, Philadelphia, USA, 1977. That was Dave's last choice. And we're on to John's last choice, and then we're kind of out the gap. And thanks again for coming in, lads.
A pleasure.
Good crack, good choices. And I'm going to have to put you on the spot. You're going to have to pick the one of all the ones. I won't be able to clean that out of it, John. See, that's sticking in now, so it is. One track out of all the tracks, what would you bring?
What would I bring?
Of your choices. I'm not even sure, did you get to 5? Was it 5 or 6? I don't know, it doesn't matter.
I don't know. I think I did 5.
I think
so I get to bring the whole album that was off.
No, I think a song that would give you kind of a good feeling on a daily basis for me.
For the rest of your life?
For the rest, not for the rest of it, but
that's where you're on the island?
It's a song I would listen to.
Okay.
And I kind of put you in a good, it's the Tom Jones, Van Morrison one.
I can see
just
that.
put you in a good mood sort of song. And that's the reason I
and not pretty much that goes on for the rest of your life.
Exactly. Well, just keep playing that.
na. That lad hasn't stopped singing that in 12 years.
What about yourself?
Yeah, actually, Van Morrison was probably. Oh, Jesus, this fucking chair.
Yeah, it's good. I can control it from here. You want to
go? I don't know. Actually,
it's the opposite to an ejector seat.
Rejector seat.
Rejector seat. Yeah, go out the window.
I don't know. Actually,
what would you bring?
You have to listen to it for the rest of your life.
Well, I mean, no, your favourite of the 5, we'll say. You know what I mean? I don't want to.
Favourite of the 5 is probably Man of the World.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, but Lizzie be close second. But that's. Yeah.
And what about a book? If you were to bring a book with you,
I'd bring Can I bring more than one? Can I bring a series?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll bring the Dark Terror series from Stephen King.
Okay.
Now, I wouldn't be as big a reader as them, but the one book I did really enjoy was The Heart of the Sea. It was the true story of Moby Dick.
Oh, okay.
And I always
the true story of Moby Dick.
Yeah,
was memoirs.
No,
the whale.
It was written with more. It went into more insight into rather than the
whaling.
It was done originally, yeah. And the film, they made a film of it, which was terrible.
Right.
But the actual book is quite good, and it explains, a little bit more what happened rather than you look at the old Gregory Peck Moby Dick film, and it's Hollywood, which was made in Ireland, by the way, in Cork.
Right.
Okay. I never knew until recently.
Right. There you go.
So, what's your last choice, John?
My last choice.
What's a toy? Do we get to bring a toy as well?
You do. You can pick a toy. Yeah.
What's it like? Any toy?
Anything.
A toy.
Well, obviously. Well, if you're there the rest of your life, it's a deck of cards, isn't it? Because you could just play patience forever.
A deck of cards, yeah.
But Stretch Armstrong.
Okay. I don't even want to know what you want to buy.
No, I wasn't going to ask that either. Stretch Armstrong. Not being a kind of a board game person, I wouldn't kind of go around the deck of cards.
Monopoly alone, solo Monopoly.
A winner! I don't know what toy. I mean, what toy would I play with? I don't know.
Guitar. There you go.
Yeah. Bring your guitar.
A ukulele.
Oh God! You're on that. You walk in Memphis on ukuleles. You're on your own.
I always wanted to learn it. I never bothered. Anyway, what's the last song?
The last tune.
The last tune, just because again of the Irishness of the room today, I'd like to go to Paul Brady's. Not that it's an Irish song, but the Lakes of Poker Train.
Good choice to finish us out, I think. Good choice.
This is a good song.
Yeah, it is. Well, lads, fair play for coming in. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it.
When are we paid, sir?
At the gate on the way out, yeah.
All right, and when am I getting kicked?
You should have got paid before you came in, John.
Learn a lesson from Woodstock.
We're going to go with the new recording. This is The Lakes of Pontecurn by Paul Brady. You've been listening to Kieran on Fresh FM. We're here every Wednesday, and we will have more of with the help of God. I'll have to edit that better. We'll have more of the Aran Island discs in the future. Aran Island cassettes.
Aran Island cassettes.
Don't forget it. Thanks for coming in, lads. All the best.
Pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
It was on one bright March morning I bid New Orleans adieu, and I took the road to Jacksontown, my fortune to renew. I coursed all foreign money, no credit could I gain, which filled my heart with with longing for the lakes of Pontchartrain. When I stepped on board of a railroad car beneath the morning sun, I rode the roads till evening, and it laid me down again. All strangers there, no friends to me, till a dark girl towards me came, and I fell in love with a Creole girl by the lakes of Pontchartrain. I said, me pretty Creole girl, me money here's no good, and if it weren't for the alligators, I'd sleep out in the wood. You're welcome here, kind stranger. Our house is very plain, but we never turn a stranger out on the banks of Pontchartrain. She took me into her mommy's house, and she treated me right well. The hair upon her shoulders in jet black ringlets fell, to try to paint her beauty, I'm sure it would be in vain. So handsome was my Creole girl by the lakes of Pontchartrain. Well, I asked her if she'd marry me. She said this could never be, for she had got a lover, and he was far at sea. She said that she would wait for him, true she would remain, till he'd return to his Creole girl by the lakes of Pontchartrain. So fare thee well, me bonny own girl, I never may see you more, but I'll ne'er forget your kindness in the cottage by the shore, and at each social gathering a flowing glass I'll drain, and I'll drink a health to me Creole girl by the lakes of Pontchartrain.
Desert Island, this one.
You just heard an episode of Iron Island Cassettes with me, Kieran, on ToTM. If you enjoyed this and would like to listen to more episodes, they can be found on YouTube and on freshfm.co.nz. Thanks for listening. All the best. 2 out of 3 of our listeners are listening tonight, and according to Meatloaf himself, that ain't bad.